Hey, Rusty Reclaimer here for another exciting episode. Today we have a garden ball. Okay, we're going to start off with the bottom part of a bird bath. And usually you can find one of these sitting out in the trash because if the top broke, it doesn't do anybody any good. So sometimes you can find one of these sitting out in front of somebody's yard for the dump. So we've got this, and we've got a... Actually, this is an old bowling ball. It was actually mine when I was a kid. Not using it anymore, so I painted it silver. They have some really good paints nowadays, these metallic paints, and that's what I used on that thing. I think it's going to be a pretty good project here. So I'm just waiting for this paint to dry. We're going to put it on top of that. We'll put it out in the garden and show you what it looks like. But first, we're going to skip over here to the bicycle. Give you an update on what's going on with this. We decided to use the 8-hanger handlebars. We've got 2 brand new tires on here, new tubes. We've got the skip chain on here. It's loosened up and it's soaked in oil for about 3 days. And we had to scrape it and keep working with it, but it's on there. This thing's looking pretty good. We're going to put some fenders on it today. I think I showed you these one of the last episodes. So what I did was I painted these red oxide primer. That's what it looked like before. That's the front fender. That's the rear fender. We're going to do a design on the back of this in a kind of a cream paint to kind of match the bike. Then I'll take some sandpaper and kind of scuff this thing up so it looks like it's worn out. That's the look we're trying to achieve here. So we got the chain guard. We can kind of see what that's going to look like. We'll have to make some brackets for this thing. But as you can kind of see, it's going to look pretty good on there. So anyway, we'll wait for that paint to dry on the garden globe and we'll be right back. Okay, we got the garden globe set here. I'm lucky to live in a environment where I can have a garden like this. And when I placed this garden ball, I didn't really want it to be sitting out in the open. It almost looks like it's floating in the garden, and I think that's the effect you want to get. You don't want it to be the first thing that people see. Just kind of have it nice and flowing in there. I wanted to show you another thing up here. It's just a little birdhouse I made. It's kind of a really nice little birdhouse out of recycled materials. And it's very low to the ground, so if you have cats, it wouldn't work for you. So, anyway, we'll walk back down here, and that's it for this episode of the Rusty Reclaimer.